There's a tradition at Wilderness Trail where staff who give talks find spare time to practice by going in and talking to the rocks. These rocks are piled directly behind the lodge. When I was giving a talk for that summer, I would step back from the chaos of a retreat day only or a get back day and find this spare time to go and talk to these rocks. Behind the lodge was usually hot, I was usually dehydrated, and I had maybe 10 minutes before I was most certainly going to be interrupted by someone or something. And I had to put everything into this one practice so that I could give everything at the outdoor chapel. I don't think I ever felt ready for any talk I did at the outdoor chapel. But I had to deliver regardless of how ready I was. And these hurried practices always made me feel very anxious, and it was always my burden every time I did. And so every time I practiced, my burden and these rocks were always staring at me in the face. Rocks are very much a part of our tradition at Wilderness Trail. On our first night, we carry rocks up a long road full of rocks to put those said rocks next to other rocks at the foot of the cross that is held up by rocks. We hike on them, we climb on them, we even sometimes accidentally sleep on them. They are in, on, or next to all parts of this property. It almost seems too obvious for the beginning leaders of Wilderness Trail to include them in our tradition. And this tradition has always been special to me, where we put our burdens into our rock and then we lay them down. I've heard Wilderness Trail be called a paradise or an oasis. This is the place where people feel closest to God and where there is a peace that is not a part of this world. This is no different for our burdens also. If burdens are rocks at Wilderness Trail, then they are everywhere we are. The difference is, at Wilderness Trail, we know where to put them. That cross that overlooks paradise is held up by generations of burdens meant to be left there. I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever been fully able to leave my burden at the foot of that cross. There is something special about leaving your burdens at that specific cross, but that is not the only empty cross in our lives. You don't need a 20-foot cross that overlooks God's creation to lay down your burden. Jesus is ready to take them whenever and wherever you are ready to hand them over. The empty cross is waiting. Keep laying down your rocks.